The mug shatters against the floor, coffee splashing across her bare feet. Min Ann doesn't move. The voices still flow from the phone like poison she can't turn off. She was a mistake, her mother says. Had her too young, ruined everything. Laughter fills the background, bright and cruel. Her father clinks a glass. Her brother sighs, pleased with himself. She'll pay again next week. She always does. The world goes silent, except for the hum of the fridge. Min Ann ends the call with a trembling finger. She sits on the couch, breathing in shards. Her mind replays every sacrifice she ever made. The canceled trips. The nights eating instant noodles to save money. All for them. Always for them. She opens her laptop, fingers steady now, heart cold. Bank statements line up in endless rows of betrayal. Car repairs. Medical bills. Tuition. Mortgages that were never hers. 3 years of transfers, each labeled family emergency. Her savings almost gone. Their lives upgraded. She zooms in on the numbers. A pattern emerges, monthly payments, like rent for her own guilt. Her pulse slows. Anger replaces disbelief, heavy and grounding. They built comfort on her exhaustion. They built laughter on her fear of saying no. The call's echo won't fade. That was easy. She always falls for it. Her chest tightens as the truth settles in. It wasn't love that tied her to them. It was duty, sharpened into a leash. She scrolls through messages. Her mother asking for fridge repairs. Her brother begging for tuition. Her sister crying about rent. Every please came wrapped in guilt. Every thank you felt rehearsed. Min Ann closes her eyes. The image of their smiling faces flickers behind her eyelids. The same faces that mocked her when they thought she couldn't hear. She opens a folder labeled Dreams. Inside are untouched MBA brochures, faded with dust. She had once promised herself a future beyond this. A life that was hers. Somewhere between the transfers and apologies, she lost it. She whispers to the empty room. No more. Her voice cracks, but the sound feels new. Free. She picks up a pen and a notebook from the shelf. The first page reads only 2 words. Get out. She stares at them until the lines blur. Then she begins to write. Dates. Amounts. Names. Every debt she paid that wasn't hers. Every lie disguised as love. The list grows, filling the page. Her hand aches, but she doesn't stop. When she finally looks up, dawn is bleeding through the blinds. The city outside stirs awake. Her phone buzzes again, another message from her mother. She doesn't open it. Instead, she whispers again, steady this time. No more. And for the first time in years, she means it. The sun rises pale and thin through the curtains. Min Ann hasn't slept. Her laptop hums beside her, still open on the spreadsheet of betrayal. She scrolls through each row, memorizing the wounds. Then she opens her email. The cursor blinks like a heartbeat. She types her manager's address. Stops. Deletes. Types again. About the leadership position in Delat, she begins. Her hands tremble. She exhales slowly, steadying herself. I'd like to accept the offer if it's still available. She hits send before she can change her mind. For a long moment, she stares at the screen. Then something in her chest loosens, fragile but real. A beginning. She opens a new file and titles it Freedom Plan. Line 1, close joint account. Line 2, stop paying the mortgage. Line 3, move out in 2 weeks. She writes each item twice to make it real. Her pen presses hard enough to tear the paper. When she's done, she sits back, breathing unevenly. Her apartment feels different, less like a cage, more like a waiting room. The phone rings again. Unknown number. She lets it ring until it stops. Outside, traffic hums, life moving forward without permission. A knock at the door startles her. It's Lan, her neighbor and coworker, still in her scrubs from the night shift. "I saw your light," Lan says softly. "Couldn't sleep either." Min Ann hesitates, then steps aside. Lan takes in the chaos: papers, coffee stains, open bills. "Look serious," she says. "It is," Min Ann answers. She tells her everything in pieces. The accidental call. The laughter. The years of giving. The moment something inside her snapped. Lan listens without interrupting. When Min Ann finishes, her throat burns. Lan nods slowly. "My sister went through the same thing," she says. "She gave and gave until she was empty. Walking away saved her." "Walking away," Min Ann repeats as if testing the words. It feels strange on her tongue. Almost forbidden. Lan pours water into a glass and pushes it toward her. "Maybe love isn't staying no matter what," she says. "Maybe it's learning when to stop bleeding." Min Ann swallows hard. The words hit like light through fog. When Lan leaves, silence returns, but it feels lighter. Min Ann opens her phone again. New message: "We need money for your father's tests." She stares at it without emotion. Deletes it. Then deletes the thread. Her thumb hovers over the contact name, Mom. She presses and holds. Block. The screen confirms it. Blocked. For a second, she expects guilt to rise. But nothing comes. Just stillness. She closes the laptop and walks to the window. Morning light touches her face, warm and soft. She whispers into the air. "I'm done paying to be loved." And for the first time, the words don't break her. They build her. The first week, without contact, feels like walking through smoke. Min Ann wakes to silence, heavy but clean. No calls. No texts. No emergencies disguised as love. Her breakfast tastes like something she earned. At noon, an email arrives from HR. A polite note about a call received from her mother. "Your family expressed concern for your mental state," it reads. Min Ann stares at the screen, heart pounding. A second email follows minutes later, from Mr. Kwong, her boss. "I assured them you're perfectly capable and focused," he writes. "HR has blocked further inquiries. We've got your back." She exhales shakily. For the first time, someone believed her without proof. She leans back, tears burning at the corners of her eyes. Relief feels strange after years of defense. She types a quick thank you and closes the laptop. That evening, the phone buzzes again. Unknown number. A voice she knows too well. "Min Ann, it's your brother. Open the door." She freezes in the middle of the room. "I know you're in there. Mom's sick. You're making it worse." The knock grows louder, angrier. She doesn't move. Doesn't breathe. He keeps talking through the wood. "You always thought you were better than us. She said you'd abandon us one day." The words hit like stones against glass. She looks at the spreadsheet, still open on her laptop. Rows of numbers whisper the truth louder than his voice. 3 years. $42,000 gone. Her life bought piece by piece. She walks to the door, heart steady now. The knocking stops. His footsteps fade down the hall. When the silence returns, she sinks to the floor, trembling. Not from fear, but from release. She picks up her phone. Dozens of missed calls. Dozens of messages filled with guilt. Her mother's words flash across the screen. "Your father needs medicine. You'll regret this." She scrolls through without reading them. Deletes everything. Then blocks each contact one by one. Mom. Dad. Brother. Sister. Gone. The screen turns still, white and blank like a clean sheet. Her pulse slows. Her chest expands. Later that night, she posts a simple message on her private feed. Starting over isn't betrayal, it's survival. No names. No details. Just truth in its smallest form. She leaves the phone face down on the table. In the quiet, her mind replays Mr. Kwong's calm voice. "We've got your back." The words feel like a bridge she didn't know existed. She lights a candle and watches the flame sway. Every flicker feels like a heartbeat she finally owns. Outside, rain begins to fall against the window. She lets it wash through the air, soft and steady. This is what rebuilding sounds like. Not triumph. Not revenge. Just peace finding its way home. The air in Dalat feels thinner, sharper, alive. Min Ann stands on her balcony, holding a mug of coffee. Below, streets breathe with quiet morning fog. She hasn't heard her family's voices in weeks. Her phone stays silent, except for work calls. Her new apartment smells like paint and freedom. A single suitcase sits by the wall, half unpacked. It's enough. At her desk, her bank app glows softly. Her first salary since moving here has arrived. No deductions. No transfers. No invisible hands waiting to take. Her fingers hover over the screen. For once, she transfers money to herself, savings. A number grows instead of shrinking. She exhales, shaky but proud. Later that week, she buys a second-hand car. Old but hers. She drives through winding roads, windows open, wind cold and honest. The city below looks smaller, distant, harmless. That night, her phone lights up again. A message from her sister appears on social media. Some people forget where they came from. Dozens of comments follow, all sympathy and lies. Min Ann doesn't reply. Instead, she writes an email. No anger. No pleading. Just truth. She attaches screenshots of bank transfers. Photos of receipts. The recorded call she never wanted to hear again. She sends it to every relative in her contact list. Her message is short. I haven't abandoned my family. I just stopped paying to be loved. Then she turns off her phone. The silence that follows feels sacred. The next morning, the inbox fills with replies. Some shocked. Some supportive. Some apologetic. She reads them slowly, letting validation replace guilt. Her boss stops by her office later. New project lead, he says with a smile. You earned this. The words don't sting with obligation anymore. They land soft, like sunlight on open skin. She celebrates with Lan over dinner that night. Lan raises her glass. To peace, she says. Min Ann smiles. To myself, she answers. Back home, she opens a clean journal. On the first page, she writes one sentence. I choose me. The pen ink bleeds slightly through the paper. She doesn't mind. It looks permanent, like a promise. Her phone buzzes again. A new account tagged her in a post. Her mother, using a friend's profile. Please come home, the caption reads. Your father is sick. She stares at the words for a long time. Then closes the app. Not in anger. Just calm. She's done repeating this story. Outside, the rain begins again, soft and forgiving. Min Ann leans against the window, watching drops slide down the glass. For the first time, she doesn't wonder if they miss her. She only wonders what comes next. And that thought, quiet and fearless, feels like freedom. The afternoon light spills across the table in quiet gold. Min Ann is arranging reports when her phone rings. The caller ID makes her pause. Grandmother. Her thumb hesitates before sliding to answer. Min Ann, dear, the old voice trembles. Your mother is well. She wants to see you. Min Ann's chest tightens, instinct rising like an old reflex. Then her mind flashes to the spreadsheet, the call, the laughter. She asks softly, did she tell you how much I've sent them? Silence blooms on the line, heavy and unfamiliar. How much? Her grandmother whispers. Over 1 billion dong, Min Ann says. 3 years, every month, while they laughed behind my back. The sound of breath catches on the other end. I didn't know, her grandmother murmurs. I believe you. Min Ann swallows the ache in her throat. I have something for you to hear, she says. She opens the file she's kept hidden for months. Her mother's voice fills the room again. That was easy. She always falls for it. Her father's chuckle follows, cruel and careless. Min Ann holds the phone closer to the speaker. When the clip ends, the silence feels endless. Her grandmother sniffles softly. Oh, my child, she says, voice cracking. I was blind. Min Ann exhales, the sound half sob, half release. They told everyone I abandoned them, she says quietly. I just stopped being their wallet. I'll tell the truth, her grandmother promises. I'll speak to the others tonight. When the call ends, Min Ann stares at the quiet screen. For the first time, she feels seen by someone who mattered. That night, rain whispers against the glass again. She sits by the window, watching headlights slide through the mist. A message arrives hours later. From her grandmother. Family meeting. They know everything. Rest easy, my girl. Min Ann presses a hand to her mouth. Relief trembles through her fingers. The next morning, social media hums with rumors reversed. Her relatives share apologies. Old friends send messages of support. Her mother stays silent. 2 days later, a stranger posts a photo. Her mother at the grocery store, scanning items at a checkout counter. Her father helping load boxes into a car for sale. Min Ann stares at the image until her eyes blur. No satisfaction rises, only quiet emptiness. Not victory. Not pity. Just space. Later that night, her phone buzzes again. A new number. A message from her sister. Everything's falling apart. Can you help? Just this once. Min Ann reads it twice. Then sets the phone down gently. The window reflects her face, steady, tired, unbroken. She whispers to herself, they'll learn to stand. And turns away from the screen. Outside, the fog clears slowly, revealing the first stars. Their faint glow feels like forgiveness, but not the kind that costs her anything. Just light. Pure and distant. Enough to keep walking forward. Morning sunlight spills across the wooden floor of her apartment. Min Ann stretches, feeling her muscles pull and release. The air smells like coffee and calm. A year has passed since the call that changed everything. Her savings account glows with steady growth. Her life no longer revolves around crisis. She pours coffee into a handmade ceramic mug, uneven and blue. It tilts slightly, imperfect but completely hers. On the table, open books wait beside a laptop. Finance notes. MBA coursework. Dreams she once buried now spread before her. A text from Lan appears. Run or brunch after your exam. You choose. She smiles and types back, both, pancakes first. Her reflection in the window looks softer, lighter. No shadows of guilt behind her eyes. She sits at the desk and opens her journal. The early pages bleed with anger and confusion. The later ones whisper of peace. Today, she writes, I said no without apology. I slept through the night without waiting for a crisis. I am learning joy again. Her phone vibrates gently. Caller ID, Grandma. She answers with a smile. Sweetheart, the old voice says, how's my favorite analyst? Min Ann laughs softly. Managing numbers and memories, Grandma. They're both improving. Her grandmother chuckles, warm and proud. Your brother's working now, she says. 2 jobs, paying his own rent. Min Ann closes her eyes, breathing in relief. That's good, she says. Her grandmother hesitates. Your sister asked for your number. Should I give it to her? Min Ann pauses. A year ago, the answer would have been no. Now she says, tell her she can email me. Let's start small. Wise girl, her grandmother replies softly. When the call ends, the apartment feels sunlit and alive. On her kitchen table, Six-place settings wait. Friends, mentors, people who care without wanting anything. She's hosting her first Thanksgiving dinner. No manipulation. No debt disguised as affection. Only gratitude. She moves to the balcony with her coffee. The mountains shimmer under a pale blue sky. She opens her journal again and begins a letter. "Dear younger me," she writes, "you don't have to earn love with sacrifice. If they only love you when you pay, it's not love. You will leave, you will cry, then you will rise. You will build a life that feels like breathing." She stops, smiling through quiet tears. Below her, the city hums in gentle rhythm. Freedom doesn't roar anymore. It sighs. She closes the journal and breathes deeply. Her lungs fill with cold, clean air. It smells like pine and rain and promise. Somewhere inside, a voice she once silenced finally speaks. "You made it." She nods to no one, to everyone, to herself. And for the first time, the word home means her own name. The evening sky glows amber above the city. Min Ann stands on her balcony, cup warm between her hands. The mountains fade into violet, quiet and endless. Below, the streetlights blink on one by one. Her phone rests on the table, silent and still. No messages. No demands. Only peace. She thinks of the girl she used to be. The one who confused sacrifice with love. The one who thought saying no meant failure. That girl lived for others until she disappeared. Now she lives for herself, and the world feels wide again. She looks at her reflection in the glass. There's strength where guilt used to live. There's calm where fear once hid. A soft breeze lifts her hair. She whispers into the wind, "I'm free." The words don't echo, they settle. They belong here, in this quiet, in this life she built. Somewhere far away, her family keeps their distance. But she carries no hate. Only distance, necessary and clean. The first star appears above the ridge. She lifts her cup toward it. A small toast to the woman she became. To freedom. To peace. To beginning again.